Hi YouTube, this is your girl Radz. Welcome to a fabulous episode of Heart to Heart with Newa. As you can see today, we have a fabulous guest, one that is so close to my heart, and his name is
Kala.
Mr. Radz.
Ew.
Welcome him.
Nice to be here.
Yes, we love having you here. Yeah.
I love to be here too.
You do? Considering that you only visit once in a while.
But I love to be here.
All right. We welcome you.
When I'm invited, I make myself available.
After how many invites?
No, when I'm invited. Okay, I must check my diary.
Okay.
Yeah, just to,
Please do the thing.
How? It's like you don't know.
I do know, but no, it's just that it's faster with the fingerprint and mine is out. So yeah. All right, guys. Without wasting any time, we'll get into today's video. So
because time is money.
Time is money. Yeah, you're right. So, as you can see by the title of today's video, right? Today we're going to be talking about one of the things that I am asked about most of the time. And that is getting married young. So there are a lot of questions that I get from my contemporaries and people that are younger than me that just basically ask me about what it's like being married young. So, why are you laughing?
No, I'm just playing the conversation.
In your head?
Right.
Okay, all right. This thing. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Mr. Radz some questions and I'm also going to answer those questions too, right?
Why do we start with me? Because
you are the guest. I'm the interviewer. You are the interviewee.
Okay. I thought...
I'm kidding.
I thought we were answering what people...
Yes, we're having a conversation, actually. Yeah. We're having a conversation. So
I can't be a guest at home.
Yes.
Yeah, this is home.
No, yeah, we're just having a conversation. But in order for me to start that conversation, I just need to ask a few questions in order to get the conversation going. Hi, Mr. Radz. He's trying to complicate my life. Okay. So, Mr. Radz, before we go into anything...
Or should I ask you?
Yeah, you can ask me.
Yeah.
Before we go into anything, I just want us to put the disclaimer out there that we are in love, we are married, and we are not answering these questions because we are perfect or because we are experts. But we are answering these questions because we were asked and we thought it would be nice to answer them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So do you want to ask me?
Disclaimer, we are not experts.
Yes.
Why did you get married?
Why did I get married? That is interesting, right? And the way that I'm going to answer this question might be seen as cheating. But I actually found in one of Mr. Radz. Actually found in one of my journals. Before we got married, I wrote the reason why I'm getting married. So I'm going to read that reason now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I wrote, why do I want to get married? 1, I want to get married because I want to honor God, because God loves marriage. 2, I want to fulfill my purpose. I've always felt that being married or being a wife is a purpose of mine. So I wanted to fulfill my purpose. And I wrote that because I am in love. So I actually wrote that I want to get married because I am in love. And 3, I wanted to get married because I wanted to protect my spirituality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why did you get married, Mr. Radz?
I didn't write anything, so whatever that I'm gonna be saying is what is coming from the heart. So I think 2 of the reasons you have said them. 1 is I'm in love. I'm in love. The other one is marriage is designed by God. It's an institution that was started by God. And it's actually one of the objective, or rather purpose, that God wants us as individuals to fulfill. The unfortunate part of it is that along the way, or along the years, marriage was corrupted. And that is why I can say a lot of people, we no longer view it the way that God designed it.
Yeah.
When God designed the issues of marriage, it's because he wanted to fulfill certain objective or certain purpose. But because of the corruption that then happened, so we start seeing marriage in a different way and all those things. And then now we get married for wrong reasons, and all those things. We no longer like literally do it
to honor him,
to honor God.
Yeah.
But we do it,
selfish
whatever
reasons.
Whatever reasons it might be. So I think that's my view around it. And my reason why I got married.
Because you're in love and to honor God. Wow. Yeah. So that's what I also saw from you the moment that we decided to get married. We talked about it, and I think we both agreed that we were in love. We both agreed that we are not doing it for us, but we are doing it for God more than anything. I remember we had that conversation, and that's what we said, that our marriage doesn't make sense if you look at us both, because we are two different individuals, but it only makes sense because it's God ordained.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Moving right along to my next question. Did you always want to get married? Like growing up, was it something that you've always thought about?
I can safely say yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
I think
because mainly because of what I've just said when answering the first question.
Yeah.
Growing up, before rather, we got exposed to the corruption that has entered the institution of marriage. From afar, you could just see that marriage is a beautiful thing, which it is. I can safely say that, which it is. But as we grow up, and then we got to be exposed to all those, certain things and whatnot. There were times whereby I would ask myself, then why is it worth it? Wow. Do I want to go? Do I want to do it? And all those things. But I can say, growing up, yes, I always wanted to get married. I had specific ages that
you wanted to
by
get
this
married.
age I need to be married and all those things. And
for interest's sake, what was that age?
It was the age of 27. It was the age of 27. But I think, but it was just a few days before I turned 27, right?
No, not a few. You mean a few years?
No, I mean a few. I mean.
Oh yeah.
It
Was a few
days.
Yeah, like a week or so before you turned 20. I've never actually.
More than a week.
Yeah, but I never looked at it that way, because 2 years before that you had already decided that you were getting married.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that as I was growing up, I had always had
that timeline.
the timeline.
And I think for girls, like, I don't know, maybe now things are changing, but with girls, you always have that thing of eventually I have to get married at the end. So I was one of those girls that always dated with the mindset of saying, one day I'm going to get married. But I
think it should be like that. It should be like that. Dating with a purpose. Which, I mean, dating it's like a training that prepares you for marriage. But I think because of whatever reasons people might give and all those things, it's unfortunate that we just now do it for the
fun,
sake of doing it for fun,
recreational purposes
for the fact that Kawa is dating, it's got a girlfriend, and that's why we do it.
And actually, that's how I actually started dating, because my friends were dating, and then I found myself dating. Yeah. Anyway, what did you do to prepare for marriage, over the years?
One of the things that I did, it's funny. There's a book that I used to read. I won't mention the title of the book. Okay. But there's a book that I used to read. And sometimes I will ask, married people, how is it? And all those things. Sometimes I will just see and, just go closer, see the good things and all. Even sometimes you get previewed to the bad things of it, and I mean you also learn out of it. You won't only learn from the good. Yeah. You must also learn from the bad, because as they always say, it's not as green as we think it's green. Yeah, it's green. It's green, but it's not greener on the other side. Exactly. So that's how I prepared. And I think you mentioned a very important thing right there. Preparation doesn't always have to be preparing for the good of marriage only, but it's also about preparing for the bad things that may come out of it. There are conflicts that you experience, whether it's internal conflicts, whether it's conflicts between the two of us, whether it's now when we are having a child, and there's a lot of things that you need to prepare for. And I think people only prepare for the romantic things, how will I do what for my husband. I think most of the preparation that I think people do, it's the wedding day. Yes, you're right. That's what they consider. That's what they consider as preparation for marriage. And I once listened to one of the sermon that says marriage starts after the day of the wedding. Day of the wedding is not marriage. I mean, it's just the nice things that we show to people and all those things, but that's not marriage. That's not marriage itself. But the day that or the time that you leave the wedding venue, and then you now go into your whatever place. It might be a flat, it might be a house or whatever. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. Reality. And it starts. Sometimes it will start. The woman is tired, but as a man, maybe you're saying, "I'm hungry," and you start hearing, "No, not that," and all those things. Yeah. And that's where marriage starts. Yeah. Because you must understand that these two people now are going to live together for the rest of their lives, which is the main ultimate goal. Yes. That people must live for the rest of their life until death do them apart. So we prepare for weddings. We prepare in terms of what attire we're gonna wear, the food, the car that I'm gonna be coming with, and all those things. So no, I think from what you got, I think both you and I
we read. There were books that we read in order for us to prepare for marriage. And I think that was personality based. The book that you read didn't speak to me. The book that I read possibly wouldn't have spoken to you. And I still read the book that I read, which is A Relationship Goals by Mike Todd. It's just one of the things. I listen to a lot of YouTube. I still listen till this day because I believe that we still learn as time goes. Like, you can never learn enough. We did premarital counseling with our pastor. That also helped us to prepare for marriage. And we have conversations with older people also, that, or we take a glimpse into their lives, like you're saying. Like, we just look at some couples that we are seeing, even though it's from afar, but we look at certain people, and that's how it helps us to prepare even when we are still within marriage. Yeah, just to answer the question for someone who may be thinking about, how do I prepare for marriage? And then one of the things that people ask about also, how do you tell your parents? I mean, I was 20 years old when we decided that we want to get married.
How do you tell them?
How do you tell the parents?
I come and say, Mom, I found a wife. I found a person that I want to live the rest of my life with. And I've decided I want to make this lady my wife. So I want to get married. I want to marry her. That's how I did it.
That's how you did it. And maybe from your side, was my age an issue when you said that? Or was it just that, like, you found a wife and it was taken as that?
I think I don't recall, but it does not start with just saying I found a wife. I mean, if you're serious about these things, you start introducing the person even before you
tell them that.
You tell them that I'm going to marry this person and all those things. You just introduce. This is the person that I'm living with. And after introducing, for sure, as the days, months, or years are going by, they will be previewed to
me,
to you as a person, the age and whatever and all those things. So it becomes easy the day that I must then tell them that, you know what, I've taken a decision, and this is the decision that I took, and this is the way that I want to take. So that is why I'm saying it's not difficult. It was not, okay, actually, let me speak about me. It was not difficult because I had prepared for it. It's part of preparation by introducing the person as your girlfriend or the person that you are living with. That's also part of preparation. Yeah.
For me, I think that situation was a bit tricky, considering the fact that I think for a girl child, it's always not easy for the parents to let go. So I did, like you did. I started like dropping little hints for my mom in particular, because from where I come from, I like, we don't do that. Like with my dad in particular, I wouldn't go and say I'm dating. So I started to show my mom that I'm seeing someone. And then from there, I started to show her that these are the intentions that my partner has before we formally sent the uncles there. So when things started getting more serious to when you wanted to send your uncles, that's when I bluntly said it, to say, you know what, like, this person wants to come and do right by me. And then that's when my mom initiated the things for me. But I just didn't bombard her like one day, because I knew that it needed a lot of processing also from her side. Like, she had a lot of things to think about. So I think, yeah, giving your parents time to be able to digest what you are saying to them, because remember, you are young, they still have that thing of saying you are a child, how are you going to do this? And honestly speaking, between you and I, we had both just started working, and it was kind of bizarre to say, is this the first thing you want to do when you just started working, type of situation? So yeah, I think gradually introducing the process, give them time.
I think I was working.
You were?
I've been working.
No. Okay, you've been working, but like formally to say, Uri, like you have security.
It was 2 years. I was 2 years in the job.
Cover.
Yeah.
You're talking about our wedding day. You were 2 years in the job, but when we date back to when we started getting, remember, you proposed when you just started working that September. Like you told me what your intentions were then, right? And then from there, that's when we started dropping, or like introducing each other to our parents. Yeah. So that's what I'm alluding to. So yeah, that's how we approached it. And then you had to meet my parents before they accept your uncles, just for us to get to, like, for me to know your side of the family, you to know my side of the family. Like, what are the benefits of being married here for you?
Wow. Oh, wow. I don't know where to start. The benefit of married. Yeah.
Okay, let me start how you think. Think what was important for me, and what is the benefit is the building together. Like, I in no way wanted you to have everything all figured out and I just fit into your life like a jigsaw puzzle or something like that. Like, I wanted to be there within the building processes and all that. I wanted to see your career starting up and you becoming the man that I know you to be. And I wanted the same with you. Like, I wanted us to accumulate what we're building together. And that is one of the best things about being married young for me.
Yeah, for me, it's spending more time together. It's one of the benefits. So I get to spend a lot of time with you.
Oh, yes.
Other than, having to call and ask, are you available? Can I come? So, hey, when I sleep, I see you. When I wake up, I see you. When I'm angry, I see you. When I'm happy, I see you. When I'm crying, I see you. So it's nice. It feels, very nice.
That's good.
So it's one of my benefits.
I love that too. Yeah. Like, I love the fact that, yes, we arrange dates, but I think that was one of the reasons why we wanted to so badly get married, because the being apart thing, like, it wasn't working for us also.
So also sharing responsibilities in everything. In everything. I don't want to
go into
it. We must just have a session where we speak about responsibilities. I think I've got a lot to share with regards to that.
Yeah. Right. And I think also being young parents, like, I love like when we're active and we're running around with our son and stuff like that. Like, I enjoyed that
more than any other.
Yeah, like, our son arrived, according to my plans, he arrived 2 years earlier than I had anticipated. So, Mara, still, like, I love the fact that he arrived 2 years earlier. Like, for me, it just means spending more time with him, spending 2 more years with him. And I don't know, I think there are joys in watching your son grow and growing with him also. I mean, your children grow and growing with them also. Someone might look at me and be like, yo, but you're still a child and all that. But I believe that I have what it takes. Like, for God to allow me to be a mom right now, for God to allow you to be a dad right now, is because he knew that we had what it takes. And of course, getting married young has some of the challenges, right?
It does.
That it comes with. And I think one of the challenges is something that we've already spoken about, which was the getting blessings from our parents thing, because we were young and stuff like that, which we won't like we won't repeat it or dwell on that a lot, but getting blessings can be a bit of a hindrance. And I think another thing would be the fact that it's not easy to detach from what you've always known your whole life. Like, these are your parents, these are people that have been raising you, this is your family. Now all of a sudden you have to like break apart from what you've always known as family, and you are supposed to start something new. The Bible says that a man will leave his father's, and you can quote it better than me. Please help me.
How?
The man will leave his father's house and he shall cleave to his wife. I'm right? So when the man leaves I'm sure it's not easy for the man to leave the father's house and to cleave on to his wife and to start something with the wife.
You know, speaking of that scripture, you remind me of a conference that that we had last year at our church, where it was Pastor Lungi was preaching about a man leaving his home, and he gave the difference between a man and a boy. He says the mistake that is happening is that boys are leaving their parents' house, and you must understand that a boy is still a boy, therefore he's not ready for what he's living to. And he was just saying that it is important that we need to protect this marriage of this institution of marriage by not allowing boys to live, but allow a boy to first mature to become a man, and then he can then be able to live, because he is now a man, is now ready to start his own family. But boys are not ready to start families. That is why they say you get married, but you still see a man,
in quotes,
as we will call them, spending the whole night outside at the club. So he then said, that's not actually a man, it's a boy. He left the father's house before time.
It was time.
And these things has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with age. Why am I saying so? I feel like many a times we take marriage and we want to make it like a retirement home. That is why many people say, no, but
that is, wait, let me translate. You're still young. Grow first.
Grow first. So it's like, okay, this thing is for when I've accumulated, and you know what, I'm fine. Let me just go
financially also.
Yeah, let me just go into the retirement home of marriage. So, and you know, to some it works, to some it does not work, because when you are coming, you've got your own things, she's got her own things.
That's where the clashing
starts. Because, I mean, I can do it by myself.
Yeah,
I've been doing it by myself. I'm an independent woman and all those things. And I'm not saying it's wrong. Please don't take me wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I guess people have to view it in whatever that works for them.
That suits them best, right?
Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. Yeah.
That's actually building on to the next point that I wanted to speak about, which is the part about finances when you have decided to get married. I remember you and we didn't have what it takes to have the biggest wedding that we would have wanted to have. Like, we probably would have wanted to go overseas and what, you know? Like, everyone dreams of, like, this fairy tale wedding and stuff like that. But we could do what we could do. And it was a beautiful wedding that we had.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do people wait until they can afford to go to Mauritius and have the big wedding? Or
I think it has everything to do with the preference.
But my preference was to have a wedding at Mauritius.
Yeah, but I get it. But I wouldn't. It was a preference, but you were then flexible. Maybe even when you did not know, because if you were, I don't want to use the word compromise because I want to believe it.
I loved my wedding.
It was
just
not a compromise.
Yeah.
So, and when people are growing up and having met your partner, it's two different people coming together. I once spoke to a friend of mine, and he said in a marriage, it's actually 4 lives, 4 different lives that are coming together.
Okay.
And there must be one. You've got a life from my family. There's life from your family. There's my life. There's your life. So we need to have one life.
Yeah.
You are coming with Mauritius. I'm coming with, you know what?
With church.
Mina, if I get a blessing, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
So from there, that's where a lot of things start to change. You get what I'm saying? And as partners, you need to then agree to meet each other halfway. Not that the other person's preference it's not important, and the other one's preference it's important, and all those things. So you get to see these things as time goes, as you grow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a very, very beautiful answer to that. I don't think it needs adding. I don't think it needs subtracting. Like, you have your preference. Your partner has their preference. Work together to come halfway. Okay, have you ever thought of getting a divorce in this period that
No, never.
Really?
Never.
Really?
Not even, like, even when I'm
Mad.
Even when you have annoyed me, let me use that word. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't even entertain that question because I don't.
No, I hear what you mean. Have I ever thought it? Like, I've thought about no, wait. I'm not justifying it. Like, I haven't thought of filing a divorce, but I've actually thought, well, Mother, if this guy was not here, like, I wouldn't have this problem. Like, I wouldn't be so mad and so annoyed if this guy was not here. You get my point? Yeah. So I've had thoughts like that, but would, like, at this point, do I think I've made a mistake with marrying you? Never.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on right along. I think we're just coming to conclusion. Like, in closing, like, what would you say about like young marriages?
In conclusion, as I was just saying, is young or marriages are unique to everyone. How it is our experience might not be your experience, or definitely it won't be your experience, because it is a subject of characters of the two people that are in it. But I can safely say to you, if you've married the right person, if you love the person, if you respect one another, because it's very much important, you will definitely make it. You will definitely enjoy this thing called marriage. And one of the most important thing, put God first.
Yeah.
Put God first. No matter what, put God first. Learn to pray with your partner. Whether you are angry, you are happy, but learn to pray with your partner. That's all from me. Thank you.
I think you just opened a can of worms there with marrying the right person and stuff. and hopefully you will come back and answer to the can of worms that you've just opened. But I definitely have to agree. And I think as much as we were talking about young marriage and stuff like that, yeah, I think that as much as we might all desire to get married at a certain age or whatever we may think is ideal and stuff like that, like you're saying, marriage is unique, people are unique, and things might not always happen the way that you expect for them to happen. Like for you thought you were going to get married at age 27, it happened before that. For someone it might be that they wanted to get married at an even younger age and it happens after that. But also the fact that you are getting married young or you're getting married older does not make your marriage any less of a happy marriage, you know. And yeah, put God first. Pray. And thank you so much, guys, for listening to our happisode. And we really hope that you can take a thing or two, even though you're not taking anything. And hopefully Mr. Radz will be a regular here. And thank you so much for having me, Mr. Radz. I know he doesn't like PDA. That's why I had to do that so fast. So yeah, bye.